Hi everybody, it seems like so long since I've talked to everybody. Hopefully y'all are all doing good. Today we're going to talk about my favorite spring palettes that are already in my stash and maybe in yours. So if that sounds like something you'd like to see, stay tuned. We're about to get right into it. Hi, I'm Mona and this is About Face with Mona. This is the channel geared towards everything from mature beauty, skincare, makeup, and lifestyle. So if you haven't subscribed yet, consider hitting that button and ringing the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. I'd love to have you join my family. I am a makeup enthusiast, but I am not a makeup artist. I am just your everyday mature woman trying to look the best that she can and make the second half of my life the best half of my life. So we talk about all things related to that. So without further ado, let's get into the video. A lot of my favorite spring palettes have been going around YouTube, and somebody had told me that I should do one too, and I'm trying to remember who that was. If I do, I will link their link below, because actually I had watched their video as well, because that's kind of what inspired me to do mine. So before we get into my palettes, I just want to say, and I know you guys are going to say, I wish you would stop talking about Color Wow or Better Not Younger shampoo and hair care. Does she talk about anything other than hair care? Yes, mostly makeup. Hair care has been a new thing because for years I just kind of settled on the fact that I would have problem hair, and I found some solutions that allow me not to have problem hair. Well, right now I have a root problem and I have a color problem, but I took out this Dream filter by Color Wow that I had already told you guys about and had used before. It's a pre-shampoo mineral remover, so it filters out the color destroying minerals found in tap water that dull, darken, and distort color and unveils a brighter color. So it's kind of like a toner. And I've not been able to go to the salon in quite a while now because my appointment was due right when our governor issued a stay-at-home order. So I was already at my mark where I was having roots and ready to get them done. So it's been a while. I finally just have faced the decision, am I gonna just go gray, or am I gonna do E-Salon or Madison Reed? I ordered the E-Salon kit, and that should be in a few days, and I'm gonna probably let you guys know what I think about that. If I do that, I'll have to color up my highlights. And what my highlights were looking so dingy, and when I used this before I washed my hair yesterday, they were real brassy and you really couldn't see them too much. Look at this piece right here. I mean, you can see how it's lightened them, how it's taken my highlights and has gotten all the brassiness out of them and has really turned them back to that, you know, golden wheat color that I like so much. And it has enhanced all the rest of my copper shades too and made them shiny again. I'm so impressed with this line, and also the Better Not Younger shampoo line, but I haven't seen them have the Dream Coat or this product. This, to me, is definitely revived my color, and I think being on video doesn't really show the true extent to the fact that it has really enhanced and made these highlights pop again. The other thing, if they have something on the Octoly network by Color Wow or by Better Not Younger, I'm snapping them up because it's like a store and you can go shopping in there and request from the company things that you might like, and they can say yes or they can say no. Things you might like to use or things you might like to try. The only thing they ask is that in return you give an honest review of it on your platform, whatever that may be. And so they had launched something called Style on Steroids, performance enhancing texture and finishing spray. So thank you Color Wow and thank you Octoly for sending me this. So This tells you that I like something because they have all kinds of things in the store. You can get makeup products, you can get mascaras, you can get blushes, lipsticks. I mean, this foundations, lifestyle products. You see that if something comes out from them, I'm asking for it because I love this brand so much. So this is like, I like lift and volume at my crown. Look how this would just stay. Tell me this is not a style enhancer or a hairspray on steroids. Look at it just sit there. But it is soft, it is not crunchy or hard. It gives your hair some texture, which, you know, I want that boom. You know, you can hold that position, you can let it dry, and you can give yourself some lift. I don't want to enhance the fact that I have all these roots right now, but you can also, you know, give yourself if I want to give myself a little bit of boost and pump it up, and I'll have that lift. So I know I digress from my video today, but I can't get enough of this brand. Truly love it. If you have not tried it, you really should. The link is in the description. So we're really getting into the spring palettes now. I had to share that with you guys. So as you know, or may know, I have a foundation called the Melody Louise Martinez Foundation, and it is to live like Mel, where I donate my gently used products to women at women's shelters and domestic shelters, and teach them ways to apply their makeup and help them get ready for an interview by doing a resume for them and teaching them interview skills. And if I should get a sponsorship that I should accept, which so far I have not, one day maybe, then I will use that to buy outfits for women to go on job interviews. My heart is for the homeless and for women, empowering women, and hopefully that my channel over time will grow and I will be able to do that to a greater extent. But right now, I do resumes for them, I give them my used makeup. Anything that I use and test, except for a few items, I gift it away because I will never use all of this makeup that I test and review for you guys, you know, for the duration of my life. So I thought, oh, I've given so much away, I'm not going to be able to come up with spring palettes. But amazingly, the ones that I still have, or for the most part, are ones that will actually make beautiful spring palettes. So what that's telling me is it's probably a little bit of my taste. And some I bought since my last giveaway, and you know that there's nothing that I can give away right now during this time. I have a variety of price points here, so I have something for every budget, I think. So this is the Wander Beauty Wanderous Seascape palette. Look at these colors, how beautiful. Don't you think that this is a beautiful spring palette? Look at these shades. This shade Sand Dollar is a beautiful crease color. And then I think you can mix this with pretty much any other color for a beautiful spring look. You can mix this color with any of these for a beautiful spring look. And this actually has some of the same colors as the Charlotte Tilbury palette, the new Luxury Quad, which I didn't realize until I looked at this closer. But you have your pink, you have a little bit of silver, you have champagne, golden reef, so you have mostly metallics in here, but I think this is really pretty and springy. Sometimes I think Wander Beauty doesn't get enough credit. So at another affordable price point is the Juvia's Place. We have the Violets by Juvia's Place. Look at these, how pretty. Aren't these beautiful spring colors? These are on sale today, right now, on Juvia's Place website for $8.50 a piece. I'm going to try to edit and get this video up today before this sale is over. Colors or really pigmented. Don't these say spring to you? So the other one, also on sale for $8.50 today, is the berries. Look at that pink. Spring, spring, spring. I think anything pink is definitely, or lavender, is definitely beautiful spring colors. And I think the thing about pink is that every age and every skin tone can pull off pink. You can decide if you want a matte or a shimmer, but I think anybody can pull off pink and look great in it. This is a very affordable palette. Also, this is the Maybelline New York Soda Pop palette. And I think that this has some really pretty colors in it for spring. Look at this one. How pretty. Blue is a theme that I have just been picking up. I don't know why. It's not usually a color of eyeshadow that I wear, but I've been liking the blues lately. I think that this came out last year, maybe around this time. Soda Pop, so the colors are, you know, tonic, ginger ale, cherry cola, blue raspberry, grape pop, soda fizz. But I think these make some really pretty spring colors. So all three of these are at a very reasonable price point and beautiful spring palettes. This is Aromas by You Can Be. You can get this on Amazon, I think for around $8, $9, or $10. This is kind of a dupe for Huda Beauty's Nudes, I think. And I enjoy the palette for the price. It's not the greatest palette that you ever use. The glitters are a little, not the best that I've ever used, but for the price point, I don't think you can go back. You can go wrong. I think that the mattes were surprisingly pretty. I mean, look at that color. That is a beautiful spring color. I think all of these are pretty spring colors. I also have the Revlon Cream palette. This I've showed several times. These are all cream colors. They're light and creamy and pretty, and I think that they would be pretty for spring too, especially they have a little bit of shimmer, but I think they're pretty. Or on the pricey side would be the Mercury Retrograde Huda Beauty palette. I think these have some really pretty spring colors. So those would be my bottom favorites. These would be my top favorites. I think this palette by Chanel is beautiful for spring. This is Au Fil des Fleurs. Beautiful pastels, perfect spring palette. This is not an eyeshadow, but I think that this Chanel blush in Rose Pétillante is such a beautiful spring color. I have this on my cheeks today. It's this color right here. It's beautiful. Love this blush. The Physicians Formula Dewy Blush Elixir, the color Gorgeous Peach. I love this blush also, and it is well used. And I think that this is such a pretty color. This would be a beautiful spring color and at a much affordable price point. My next palette. I saved both of my Fenty Snap palettes, and these are both beautiful for spring. Look at this one. This is the number 4 palette. I love these pale pinks. To me, that's just so ultra feminine and classy. Just a pale pink. Even if you just put that color alone on your lid, I just think it's beautiful. And I think a bright pink paired with one of those pale pinks is perfect for spring and for anyone. These have some nice shimmers mixed in. This is a beautiful, beautiful, well-loved palette. The number 2 Snap palette. And I think these are beautiful spring colors as well. You have your taupes and your pinks and your lilac, your lavender colors, your bright purple, mushroomy color. These are my colors. I love them. I didn't do these exactly in order, but I kind of did. As we move up, we're getting to the ones that I like the best and the best. So I included the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette, because I think the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette is classic. I think it's good for every single season. Actually, three seasons. I see it spring, summer, and winter. The only season that I don't feel like this is the perfect palette for is the fall. But again, you have those pinkish brown in them. To me, this is a perfect spring look, it's a perfect summer look, and it's a perfect winter palette. So I love this for such a classic, classy look. We're getting closer. So these are very similar in color to the Fenty palette number 2. They're not the same, but just that pink and those taupes, the color story is similar. They're just different shades of it, and this has less choices. So there's something about those colors that speak to me. Something that I just reviewed for you guys is, and that's out right now, is the Pure and Trolls collaboration. They have a whole bunch of palettes out, but this purples one is beautiful for spring. I have this one too, but I think this one is better for summer. I don't know why, that's just my personal opinion. That this one to me says spring, and that one to me says summer. So I think my number 1 spring palette with all of those palettes, my number 1 favorite spring palette is the Carly Bible Anastasia Beverly Hills collaboration palette. I think these are so pretty. You have a pink, you have kind of a red, but these are like soft pastel-y colors. Every color in here, the darkest color in the palette is the color Bowie. But I think this Bible palette, this Moby pink right here, and I think this peachy color, which is called Cindy. This is actually what I have on my eyes today. This has always been one of my favorite palettes. I fell in love with this palette, and these colors to me are just spring, spring, spring. You can make so many pretty pastel looks. And the only color that you could, really put in your outer V would be this color Stev or this color Bowie. Those would be your darkest two. Love this packaging, love this palette. I'll never get tired of this one. Maybe my second and third would be Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, and then the Fenty palettes. But don't forget, guys, don't forget about the Juvia's Place berries. Well, all of the Juvia's Place are on sale today, but don't forget about the ones that would be great palettes for spring, and you can get them right now for like $8 and something. So I'll have everything linked below, but those would be great choices for spring. So I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And until then, live like Mel.